Hello, I'm Sintra. If you don't know me, I'm the guy that made the Minecraft Pixelmon server. I feel like I should kind of start off as to why we made the server. That way you guys kind of get it. Pretty much the way we started was a long time ago. I played a Pixelmon server and well, I was pretty unhappy with the way it was run. So I made my own. At first, it kind of started off as a project that I was going to do with friends, and as more and more people kind of joined, I always wanted the idea of anyone being able to play. Now, the intention was never for us to make it transaction based, and we only made it transaction based to the point where we realized, a lot of the stuff that we really want players to have, and a lot of the cost of running a server get pretty pricey. And you'd be surprised how actual much like people actually market Pixelmon mechanics. And I'm not new. I'm not like the best, but I'm also just like kind of stuck with the fact that we are developers that are new, and we have to kind of maintain the server in a respectful direction without having like everyone having issues. So one of the main problems right now is that no matter how many people we hire, no matter how many like things we look into or write, there seems to be an issue with the server and Pixelmon versus the other mods, which is why we're making the executive decision to remove Iron Furnace, Iron Chest, Looter, and the Backpack mod, which means that Pixelmon and our server will be able to be run on just a base Pixelmon mod, which means crack players won't have to download a mod pack, and that means people that are interested in still having the mod pack will still be interested in, or sorry, will still be able to download the mod, pack from us, but we'll also just be able to play the standard, resource pack plus Pixelmon mod pack, whatever. I know how this might sound. It might seem like we're kind of taking a few steps back in the direction. However, it's not really for that reason that we're, kind of adding this or doing this. The main reason is that we get a lot of players that register new every day. Now, this might seem like a good thing, which it is. The only problem is that with these new players that are actually entering and joining, we're not actually able to have them join because of one, connection issues, which I'm sure you've had if you've played the server long enough. Two, they don't have the mods installed, so that kind of drives them away from joining through the mod pack. And then three, they have a blend of joining the Discord and trying to install a mod pack, and then figuring out that crack clients have to go through a long process and then just leave. Now, we've thought of everything. I've reached out to T-Launcher. I've reached out to pretty much anything you can think of. ArcLight, the people that make the actual system to run the mods. I've reached out countless times to the people that produce Pixelmon. And we even reached out to the people that handle like crack services that isn't T-Launcher and is like an actual standard software supplier. And what we found is we're pretty much fucked. Yeah, it's not that I wanted to remove them. We obviously wanted to keep them and have, Iron Furnace and Rainbow and all that shit be in. The only issue now is that we're not able to, supply them anymore. And I don't really want the server to be crashing anymore. I want people to be able to play for hours and hours on end without having a withdrawal of, oh, the server crashed. Now there's like a 5-minute reroll or whatever. So that's the reason why we're doing this. Now, this update isn't just this. As you may notice, we do a big update pretty much every week because me and Jonathan are working our asses off, kind of, making sure this is all fucking, flatline and tip-top shape. It depends how you look at it. We're doing a lot. This update is supposed to be, I can link one of them. We're supposed to be doing player shops, meaning that you can rent the shop at spawn for a certain amount of money. And then you can sell items, and it'd be interesting to kind of integrate that, so then people that are more interested in farming, more interested in capturing Pokemon, more interested in getting materials or whatever necessary items to like kind of like spawn legendaries or whatever, you can do that. making it more open for people that are more interested in certain aspects of the game to be, more able to sell and make more money for other things that they're also interested in. Now, that isn't the only thing we're adding. We're adding a lot of things, like tags. We're adding, obviously, the rework again of, comp. Comp right now is not necessarily in the best spot, but not necessarily in the worst spot. Obviously with Ubers is always changing, so we kind of have to, adapt as well. So Ubers right now is going to be the same way it is. We'll look into like Ubers and like how Pixelmon is like different from normal Pokemon. Ideally, it should be the same, right? We weren't going to go off Scarlet and Violet yet until all Gen 9 is being added. So we are just going to go stick to Sword and Shield. Ubers. So if if you're flaming us because something is banned in Gen 9 and it's not banned Gen 8, chill. Promise you, it will be banned. But yeah, we added, currently like the Discord is going through changes. So if you are a content creator, if you are a YouTuber, if you are a Twitch streamer, you're whatever the fuck you think you are or whatever, you are able to just apply to us and we'll look at it and then we'll add you in. The main thing is I feel like people misunderstand us and think that there is a self-construct of the developers not listening, which in our case is me and Jonathan, versus the community. The real fact of the matter is I want you guys to just play the game and enjoy it without having to spend money. That's the reality. Now, I also can't like just find a reason to have an expensive upkeep to the server. Even with our sponsors, we already get enough from them. There's still a lot of upkeep, server cost, maintenance work, developers. When we add more stuff, like we want to add really dope shit, like Pokemon dungeons, advanced Pokemon raids, like all this other shit, like fucking Safari from like Heart Gold, Soul Silver. There's a lot of cool shit that we want to implement. And the reality is, at the heart of adding all this, we have to uninstall the mods. And that's just the way it's going to work. Now, this doesn't mean we're not just going to supply you guys and recompensate, a lot of the hard work you guys did. We understand. I know how hard it is to make these things, and I totally get it. So we are just going to find a way to reimburse people. Some people are going to want, like, the iron for, however much it took to make those chests. Or the diamonds or the rainbow coal or whatever the fuck. We'll find a way to recompensate. So if you are interested in getting compensated, just make a ticket. We'll read it, and then when we start handing them out, we will do them as it kind of progresses. Now, as far as the mod pack goes, the mod pack will obviously auto equip the texture. So if you are looking for skins, you can still download the mod pack, and it'll just auto detect it. So then you don't have to keep downloading a resource pack, installing a resource pack every time we add skins. Now, what this means is that we're able to come out with skins easier. And what this also means is that content creators that start joining us will be able to maintain these skins and keep coming out with them. And like I said, as far as content creator skins, we don't get a dime. We're not interested in, taking from the creators. We're not interested in, taking anything else, as far as like, as a creator. So our partnered streamers and content creators get 100% of their own skins. We obviously pay someone and hire someone to make their skins for us, but at the end of the day, we don't take even like what what it costed to even make them. We want more streamers. We want better content creators. We want a bigger community. And with this next update, it's going to open the doors to a lot of people. It really will. Because people with the normal mod pack will just be able to join. It's still uncracked, right? So it's still an offline server that cracked players can join and, play pretty much whenever. Now, what this means, though, is that you are going to have to authenticate. If you are a cracked player, if you are a premium player that owns Minecraft, all you have to do is do it once, make a password, don't forget it. And then just do /premium twice. And then you'd never have to log in again. Because you're a premium account. The idea is that the authentication is for like crack players. That's literally it. That's how someone was able to log into my account and start messing around with the fly speed. But other than that, it shouldn't be a problem anymore. We have another developer that's kind of like in our eyesight that's helping us out. But yeah, I am working on my setup. So right now, as you could tell, it's a lot different than it was before, and a lot is still going to get changed. A lot of my producer equipment is going to go back there, and the desk is completely changed now, and I'm getting my bookshelves and all this stuff installed. Um, but there is a lot that's going into my own personal life stuff and where the direction of my channel is going. Like one of the main things that I wanted to do when I was younger is like opening Pokemon packs and giving them away. And I still want to do that. So that's kind of why I'm, setting up this like setup the way I am, because I want to start making unboxing videos and start Twitch streaming again. But for now, we have to focus on the Pixelmon server, which it's not like a downside in my opinion. And for most of you, you guys know me as like the guy that just made the Pixelmon server. But the reality is that, Pixelmon, as like I said at the beginning of this video, was not really the first intention. That doesn't mean we're giving up on it or not trying. We obviously want to put a like maximum effort into it. But, I want to work out. I still have like my little COVID fat. Um, and I have been. It's been going great. It's just, a face shit is usually like the hardest to get out anyways. But we also have like an NFT project that, if most of you understand that, I have like a huge crypto junkie community. I was signed to an Apex team. I played professional Yu-Gi-Oh. There's a lot to me that I'm sure a lot of you don't know. And I'm also like extremely talented when it comes to piano and drum set. So I am a producer. I do produce music. Actually, you can't see it, but there's actually a drum set to this side of me. I'm not sure. I think it's the left side on. How does that work? I don't even know. But this is what we mean. I have like a lot of stuff going on, and on top of all this, I'm also a designer, which some of you know. But I do have plans to start up my own kind of like design line, and I have my runway show sometime in summer. Which if you do live in Portland, which is where I live in Portland, Oregon, you will probably get to be there because I will open it to everyone in this Discord. Now, I have a lot of projects. They're all being pushed back for the server. So don't get it twisted and don't think that, our priority right now is to just, push this as fast as possible for the other stuff. I have managed my time pretty well, and so does Jonathan. We do a great job of making like sure that everything's all set up. The idea now is that we just get it to where it's at and then finalize it and then come out with bi-weekly updates. So it'll be good. I promise you. For the time being, I will put a code and I'll put it somewhere up here. And if you did watch this, please make sure that you tell other people in the server. They're really not going to watch it. I know there's going to be a handful that do, but a handful that really don't. So thank you again. I'm Sintra, Bobo, whatever you call me. I am currently working right now on just finishing this video, but at the time of doing this, it is Tuesday, meaning that we're a couple of days away from Saturday to when all this will take effect into the server. And once again, yeah, thank you guys for everyone that supported and that's bought, like stuff in the store. Thanks again to our top donators. We have two main ones that kind of stand out, and they will get rewards in game, like as kind of like cosmetic based that will kind of like separate them from other players. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for, just like clicking the video. Yeah, I'm getting a call, but I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.